Hey guys, Chris Zoupa here. Lovely to see you all again. Hanging out with my funny Guns N' Roses poster. Let me try and get those ears in line. I know you guys are loving that. I will move it soon. Anyway, enough about that. Today we're going to be looking at the second solo in Jump in the Fire. This is a doozy. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. Keep in mind the majority of this solo is just around a G minor pentatonic way up here. So I'm starting off with this little lick. Let's slow that down. I'm starting off with a hammer on from 13 to 15 on the 6th string. And then I'm going to play 13 of the 5th string twice. And then I'm going to slide from 15 to 17. And then I work into this phrase. So I'm going to play 15 twice on the 4th string and then do a pull off from 17 to 15 and then jump up to 17 of the 5th. And it's going to sound like this. So all together. Then from there, I'm just working straight up the G minor pentatonic, playing 15, 17 on the 4th string and the 3rd. This is what we should have from the start now. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is a pull off from 17 to 15 on the 3rd string, jumping to 17 of the 4th, and then back down to 15 of the 3rd. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I work into this phrase, which is the same thing 3 times. So let's slow that down. I'm doing a quick bend on 17 of the 3rd string and jumping to 15 of the 2nd. And then I'm doing a pull off from 18 to 15 on the 2nd, then 18 to 15 on the 1st, and then 18 to 15 on the 2nd again. So I go. And I want to do that exact phrase 3 times in a row. After that, I'm just going to go. I'm going to do that bend again, and then I'm going to jump to 15 of the 1st string and play 18 of the 2nd string. We'll save the next little bit, but I just want to try doing that group of 3 and then the ending. Hopefully that's all making sense. Let's try the whole thing from the start and then we'll add the last little chunk to it. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I just work down this little pentatonic run. Let's slow that down. I've got to pull off from 18 to 15 on the 2nd string. And then I'm going to play 17, 15 on the 3rd string, both picked. Then I play 17 of the 4th and back to 15 of the 3rd. Sort of go. And at the end of that, full tone bend on 17 of the 3rd with some cheeky vibrato. Okay, that's pretty much the whole section. So let's do it from the start at a gentleman's pace. And then again, even slow with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright, let's have a look at the second section. I want to start off with a bend from 18 of the 2nd string. And then I'm pulling off from 18 to 15. And then I have 3 bends in a row from 18 of the 1st string. The first 2 go up, and then the 3rd comes up and back. So we've got. When I bring the 3rd bend down, I'm actually going to pull that off to the 15. And if you've probably already noticed, we're still in the G minor pentatonic. So we're going to go. At the end of that, I'm going to play 18 of the second, 15 of the first, and then a bend from 18 to the second. Then I have two leading notes. I'm going to be playing 18 of the second and then 15 of the first again. So this is what we should have from the start, a little bit slower. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. There we go, Chris. Got there in the end. So I've got to pull off from 18 to 15 on the first string, then I jump to 18 to the second, and then back down to 15 of the first. So we're going to have... Okay, now the next thing I do is 18 to 15 is a pull off on the first string again, and then I've got a double of that on the second string. So it's 18 to 15 twice there. So we're going to go... Okay, then from there, just straight down the G minor pentatonic, 17, 15 of the third, and then 17 of the fourth. Then at the end of that, so I'm going to play 15 as a single note on the third string, and then I've got that kind of chordy bend playing 17 of the second and the third string together. I've got two of those, and then I have one more note from 15 of the second string, which is going to lead us into section 3. That's pretty much all of the second section. Let's try it relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the third section. Now the cool thing about this one is it's nearly the same thing twice, it's just got a couple of different notes at the start. I'll play the whole thing and then we'll go through it together. Very similar endings and kind of the middle parts as well. So what I've got at the start is a bend from 18 to the second string again, and then I play 15 to the first, and then I'm going to do a pull off from 18 to 15 on the second string. Okay, then from there, up and back through the pentatonic, so I was playing 17, 15 of the third, 17 of the fourth, and then 15 of the third again. Okay, then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm bending 17 up and back on the third string, and then I pull off to 15. And then I want to play 17 of the fourth, and then 15 of the third, so it goes. Okay, then from there, a quick bend from 17 of the third, and then I just play 15, so to go. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far. I want to add two more notes at the end of that. I'm going to play 17 of the fourth and 15 of the third again. So all together. Hopefully that's making sense. Now the next section just starts off with two different notes and then the rest of it is identical. I'm going to do a quick bend from 17 of the third, and then I'm going to play 15 of the second string, and then from this point, the rest of those notes are the same. So I'm going to do the 17 bend, the 15, then the same pull off from 18 to 15, then work down the scale, and then from the bendy lick, and then the extra two notes at the end. So that's pretty much all of the third section. I'll play it again slowly and you'll see the similarities. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the fourth section. This is that kind of fast picking, good time pull off Lynyrd Skynyrd section. So the way I think about it is I'm just concentrating on the amount that I'm doing on the pull offs before I'm changing strings. So I start off with this little leading in note thing. I'm playing 17 on the third as a bend, and then 15 of the second string, and then the good time pull-off starts. So I'm going to do two pull-offs from 18 to 15 on the second string, and I'm going to jump to the string above without a bend and play 17, and then just play 15 of the second. So we're going to go leading in notes, and I'm going to do that lick exactly the same 4 times with that double pull off. So we're going to go leading in. And then after that, I'm going to do 2 singles. So I'm going to do the pull off just once, and then go to the string above and come back down again. And we're going to do 2 of those. So from the start, we've got the 2 leading notes, 4 groups of the double pull off, and then 2 groups of the single pull off. So let's go through that slowly. Double pull off, 1, 2, 3, 4, single. And then after that, I'm going to go back to the double pull off twice. Okay, then I do 1 more single. So let's talk about the structure. We've got our lead in, we've got 4 doubles, 2 singles, 2 doubles, and then 1 single. Let's go through that slowly. Then a single. Now this one actually doesn't go back to that 15. So this one, I'm going to do my pull off and play 17 of the 3rd, and then I'm going to hit that again. So what I'm doing there is I'm doing a bend, then playing 15 of the 2nd string, and then a pull off from 18 of the 2nd, and then a big bend from 18. So I go. So from that last bit, at the end of that, it's a bit weird. He hits an open E, and then we play 15 of the 1st string, and that's going to lead us into the 4th section. All of that delight. So let's take it relatively slowly from the top. It's a lot of the same thing, but if we figure out where the chunks are, the sections are, and the emphasis of the pull-off, it's going to be quite easy, and of course, we'll do it again slow with some tabs. So one more time at stepdad speed, as Ben Ella would say. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at section 5. This is sort of combining pull-offs and shred. It's pretty fun. I'm going to start off with a pull-off from 17 to 15 on the 1st string, and then do 2 extra picks after that. I'm going to do the same idea, but pull off from 18, and then add the two picks, and then from 20, and then play 18 again. So if we think 17, 18, 20, 18, and add those double picks, that's going to be a pretty simple idea, just played quite quickly. And I'm going to do that exact idea 4 times in a row. Okay, so now that we've got that, I want to talk about the next chunk. Instead of going backwards on the next pattern, I'm going to go 17, 18, 20, and then 22. It's a pretty big stretch. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm going to play 20, 18, 17, 18. Obviously with the same pulse. So let's try and do the work all the way up to 22 and then work backwards through from the 20. And I'm actually going to do that lick which went 20, 18, 17, 18. I'm actually going to do 3 of those. So I'm going to have the big stretch to 20 once and then 3 of the next one. Sorry, big stretch to 22 I should have said. Hopefully that's all making sense. Let's try and join it from the first group and then we'll add the last chunk to finish off the section. Four of those, and 3 of the next one. Okay, then I work into a phrase that's kind of similar to what we had in section 4 with the pull-offs, but this time I'm going from 18 of the first string. So I'm going from 18 to 15, jumping to 18 of the second, and then back down to 15 of the first. I'm going to do a single, and then I'm going to do the double idea, and I'm going to do 4 of those. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we had a single, and then 4 doubles. And at the end of that, nearly the same kind of single idea, but instead of jumping up a string, I'm going to do a pull off from 18 to 15, and then just pluck that 15 again. So all together that last chunk. Okay, That's all of section 5. It is fast, but the ideas are actually relatively simple. Let's try it again from the start at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright, section 6, nearly there guys. I want to start with a bend on 18 of the first string. I'm going to hit that twice. I'm going to hit the bend at the top and bring it down into a pull off to 15. And then I'm going to jump to 18 of the second string and then play 15 of the first. So all together, I'm going to do that exact same phrase again, but with only one bend at the start. So let's do that from the start. We'll have the double bend and then the single bend. Okay, and then I work into this phrase. So I play a single 18, bend it up, and then bend it down into the pull off. Actually, I'm not pulling that off, I'm just picking it again. So all together from the start. Okay, hopefully that's all making sense. Then I'm just going to work through one bar of triplets down the pentatonic. So let's go through that slowly. I'm doing a pull off from 18 on the first string to 15, then playing 18 of the second, and that's our first triplet. And then I'm just backtracking to 15 of the first string and pulling off 18, 15 on the second. And then it's that same exact pattern from the second to the third string. I'm going 18, 15, and then jumping to 17, then back down to the 15, and then pulling off 17, 15 of the third. So go. Okay, then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. So I've got a quick pull off at the start, and then I'm going to play 17 of the string above, and then 15 of the third, and then back to 17 of the fourth. So it goes. At the end of that, I'm going to play 15, 17, and then bend 17 and pull it off to 15. So it'll go. So that last little chunk. Alright, let's slow it down. Let's take it from the triplets, add that end, and then we'll go right back to the start of the section. Okay, let's go right back to the start now. And we had the double bend, and then we had the single bend phrase, and then we worked into this triplet thing. So we got. One more time with some tabs. Alright, section 7, nearly there. Now this is getting quite faint on the recording, but because I have OCD, apparently, I wanted to get all of the notes down, and this is as far as I could get before there was basically nothing there. So I want to start off with this phrase. Same thing twice. I'm playing 17 of the fourth and 15 of the third, and then a pull off from 17 to 15. Then I work into this phrase. So you notice that I've got a bit of a delay before I bend that. I'm going to play 17 of the second and the third string as a chord, and then add a bit of a delay and bend that. And I do that twice. At the end of that, I'm playing 17, 15 as single notes. So I've got. Okay, then after that, I just do a quick pull off and work down the scale. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 17, 15 on the third string as a quick pull off. And then I'm going to play 17, 15 on the fourth string. And then 17, 15, 13 on the fifth. Okay, then from there, a quick 15, 13 again. At the end of that, let's go through that phrase. I'm bending 15 up and back on the fifth string, pulling off to 13 and jumping to 15 of the sixth. And then I'm jumping back down to that B flat on the 13 of the fifth. At the end of that, there's 3 notes that lead it into the next bar. I'm going to play 13, 15 on the 6th, and then 13 of the 5th. So it goes. Okay, let's go right back to the start of the section. We will finish this off. We're getting close. So we go from here now. Okay, the next part, pretty damn simple. I'm going to play 15, 17 on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. Then I bend 17 up and back and pull off to 15. And then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm playing 17, 15 on the 3rd, jumping to 17 of the 4th, and then back down to 15 of the 3rd. And then I have 3 leading notes to finish it off. So what I've got here is 17 of the 4th, and then 15, 17 again. At the end of that, I'm going to do a bend from 17 of the 3rd string and play 18 of the 2nd. I'm going to do that 4 times and then just add some vibrato with my whammy to finish that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's pretty much the whole solo. So let's go back to the start of the section nice and slow, and then we'll do it again at a gentleman's pace with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the second solo from Jump in the Fire. It is quite a doozy, but hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. Please like me on Facebook. And if you want to contribute to my Patreon account, that would be most delightful. Anyway, I'll catch you all very soon.